We get the drive, we get all the paper. But you know, say that one are the main guys. You be army rubber, your people this size, which is the power where the henny gets. Stories that touch from a real life angle. This one's for the nights, I burn the midnight. Mama, look at how we made it. Hey, a little look on some ladies. Yeah, we they turn
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear, All
right. Welcome back to another episode of Fan Zone. It's been an exciting, fun soccer season. I'm so happy with what's going on. I'm happy with Chelsea, even though you guys don't think I'm happy. I'm very happy. But before we go into all that, let me introduce all our guests in the house. And we have a special guest with us tonight, all the way from UK. Yes. All the way from Heathrow in the UK. So now let me introduce to my right, a permanent resident, Mr. Yinka George. How you doing, sir?
Does he have his green card now?
Oh yeah,
I have my green card now. Okay. It's nice to be here again. I've been here in a while. Thank you guys for having me.
So you wanted the Suya Spot episode. How's your summer been?
I'm sorry?
How's your summer been?
My summer's been great.
Oh, okay.
I mean, my team's playing well. Everything's good. I feel good.
I hear you. I'm going to skip my co-host and go to the far left.
All right.
Mr. Gunner himself, Mr. AKA Party Addict, AKA Benga Solitude. How you doing, bro?
I'm fine, man. We brought our greatness to the show. You're welcome.
It's going to be
fun. Started yet.
It's going to be fun. Before I introduce Carl, since Carl is sharing the link, click on share the link real quick if you have to. Let me introduce our special guest. It's a surprise, you guys. My brother right here is celebrating his 50th birthday.
Oh, wow.
So I wanted to bring him on the show. Even though he doesn't look it.
You don't get that.
Definitely doesn't look it.
He's actually a Gunner fan. I forgot to tell him to bring his
wow.
birthday. So
greatness again.
Yes,
you're welcome.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Totes, how you doing, sir?
Hi, nice to meet you guys.
Yes. Thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure. We hung out last summer in Greece with Carl and everybody.
Yep.
And we've been having fun. He's always watched the show from UK. Watched yesterday's episode, so
great.
It's nice to have you in the house.
Welcome, Talks.
Welcome. Pleasure.
Yes, sir.
So, the man to my left, my co-host.
I'm sharing.
The man that needs no introduction, Mr. Carlo, mashallah. How you doing, sir?
Good to be here. 2 weeks ago, we were at the Suya Spot.
Yes.
We had a good time, a good show, a live show with a few people in the audience. I thought we had a good discussion after some results that came through. So looking forward to today's special show on Champions League and Europa League's tomorrow. Well, it's Champions League for today and a review of the Premier League so far. So let's get going, man. Looking forward to it.
We can't wait for those that are not playing the Champions League. Those that are playing Thursday night football.
Wow.
We really can't wait for Thursday night football, people. So we have to have the show today.
But we'll talk about them a little bit, though.
Yeah, we'll give them a few seconds.
Is Europe.
Yeah.
Europe is Europe.
Yeah, Europe. JV Europe.
Europe is Europe.
So again, feel free to share. We want to introduce a sponsor. Today we have a great sponsor. Last week, real quick, I want to thank Suya Spot for hosting us last week. They gave us great food. It was a great event. Thank you, Suya Spot. Thank you, Mr. Junior, for having us. We really, really appreciate it. Today we have another great sponsor that is sponsoring us and bringing us food. We've been eating all day. Unfortunately for you guys that are not in the studio, we only have 2 left. So if you're close by, you can come and get one, because I'm still going to eat one more. Today our sponsor is Loud Shawarma. Lovely. Mr. Solitude, what do you think about the food?
I'm impressed. It was good. Took me back. I was surprised when I saw shawarma. I'm like, shawarma? From where?
And it's actually
not
good.
bad.
I've heard about it already. What do you think?
Not bad.
Really nice.
So my good friends, Orimisan, thank you for the food. Thank you for sponsoring. If you want a Loud shawarma, feel free to call them 240-722-7484. Again, 240-722-7484. 7484.
Yep,
Contact them, they deliver. It's great. Stamp of approval. Thank you. So now that we've gotten that out of the way,
Tai, you mind sharing the link? Let's make sure everybody.
yes.
Logs
Let me share
logs
the
in.
link right now. I think Kyle just shared it.
Share the link.
with everybody else.
Share it on the fan
Yeah, I
zone
just shared the
platform.
link now, so you guys have it on the ABL fans
There we
group.
go.
So let's get to it. Why we're sharing the link today? Big day for us.
Oh, it's a massive day. I mean, today was a draw for the 2019-2020 UEFA Champions League.
Yes.
We've all been waiting for this all summer, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the biggest cup competition in Europe. It's the most prestigious, and the 32 teams that are in there, I believe the 32 teams in there for this draw are worthy to be there, and it should be a fantastic draw. Tomorrow will be the European League draw, which is also going to be interesting as well because there are lots of teams. But we want to talk about all that today. Talk about who's in, who's out.
Yeah.
Look at each group, figure out what's going on, who can top, who's going to drop, and then take some votes on what we think is going to end up happening as
So
well.
yeah, before we get into it, I want to thank Fisayo Fakunle, aka Parje, Olumide Oloyode, Adriana Holmes. Hey girl, how you doing? Been a long time. And everybody else that logged in. Thank you guys very much. Dukes Lee, how you doing? Dukes Lee said I want Nkobi, not shawarma. Okay, we got you. Find us a sponsor.
Next time.
We'll eat anything. As long as you sponsor us, we'll take it. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's just go straight to the point. Group A to Group G. Producer, can you please put the draw on the screen? Straight to the point. What group do you guys think is the group of death, aka toughest group?
Gotta be Group F.
Yeah, definitely. I would say Group F. Well, first of all, I thought it was a good draw, and I think TNT needs to figure out how to get their stuff right, man. Because the stream kept flipping and kept dropping off. We couldn't really enjoy the draw like we normally do, you know.
Yeah,
So
we love
TNT and BR Live, you know, you guys, if you need some help, call us. We'll help you out.
Yeah, we don't drop up there. Our NBC Sports is actually pretty good. I'll give it
Yeah.
a little plug.
Well, I actually like Group H as well, and this is specifically because of Ajax. I mean, great team. We saw what they did last year. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do again. I have a history with Ajax actually. My father was a big Arsenal fan, but Ajax was his major team in Europe. He brought all the videos when we were younger in Nigeria of Ajax playing, and we fell in love with Ajax as a team. Besides Arsenal being main team that all my family supports, but I like the comeback. I like the fact that these are young players that we did not expect to get to that point, and I think they're going to do better.
Are you worried that they sold a lot of players last year?
Well, this happens when you see teams jump out like that. It's going to happen. People will rate them.
They only really sold 2 players, though.
That's true. Of any note, yeah.
And the league.
Yeah, but those are really 2 important
But,
players.
Yeah.
but to your point, they're critical. Even if you look at the way they play now, it's not as fluid as.
No.
But now it's gone to 2 holding midfield instead of the 4-3-3 that normally play. So
not gonna be the same.
It's not going to be the same. But I watched them all preseason Ajax, even in August, and they look not too bad. Not
They don't
too
look bad. So, let's get to it real quick because we have a lot to cover. Group F, everybody agrees Group F is the toughest group.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I would say so. Group A is.
Yeah.
My thing with Group A is this: we have PSG, we have Real Madrid. So of course, you're expecting it to be like, oh yeah, all this
Okay. Yeah.
craziness. But
Well, let's take each.
these are 2 teams that I think would actually disappoint for some reason. To be honest, great teams, but that would be disappointing.
So, does anybody disagree that PSG and Real Madrid will come out of Group A?
Nobody would disagree
No,
with that.
they'll definitely.
So,
If they don't,
The only fly in the ointment is Galatasaray away.
Yes.
Because they're a good team away. I mean, you don't want to go to Turkey
They're tough.
and play
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
boys. Those boys they're fighters. So that's
you
the
know they
only
haven't won
issue.
any game this year in the Turkish league.
Gala.
They've lost their first 2 games. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm
but-
not saying they're gonna perform, but, they've
But
lost
they're,
2 games.
probably the eye is probably going to be on Champions League. Those guys are brutal when they're away. They're not a joke at all.
Yeah,
I don't think any English team has gone there and actually won a Premier League, a Champions League game against Gala. So that's the only fly in the ointment. Everything else, in your Club Brugge from Belgium, I don't see much happening there.
So,
So
no disagreement.
Yeah.
who's going to top that group? You think? You guys?
I think
I think
PSG.
Real Madrid.
I'll go Real Madrid.
I'll go with PSG.
I
on
think
this one.
PSG.
Paris
would top
Saint-Germain.
I'll go with Real Madrid. I'm
I'll go
sorry.
with Real Madrid.
I mean, Zidane has
Real
proven
has
over and
lost a
over and
step.
over again that he can perform in Champions League.
Well, that's not the team we had before. This is a different team.
Will Neymar still be at
Neymar's not moving. Neymar's gonna be a PSG.
No, he's not going to be there. We don't want him.
But remember,
I think that's a foregone conclusion.
Neymar suspended the first 3 games of the campaign though. He ain't playing for his first
That's
3
what I'm
games.
saying. But
First 2 games of Champions League.
Yeah, he's not
yeah,
playing.
but they don't want him.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
not playing.
Yeah,
Well, it
yeah.
depends on when. You know what? Even without Neymar, I think they still.
Let's keep
got
it
him.
real quick. Do you guys think Neymar is going to stay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, he ain't
Long run, no.
He ain't
But
going anywhere.
I don't
he's not going in this
not
window.
going
This
anywhere.
window,
I mean, the reality
they can't
is
afford to.
they got
What are
three-
they going? How are they going to do
They
that
got,
trade?
they got like 3 or 4 days left in the window. The amount of money that's required and the
Yeah,
player
it's too
exchange,
much.
it's going to be a difficult deal to. It's a multilateral
It's,
deal.
it's the money that's the problem.
It's not Alexis Sanchez.
But there's a problem
That's what
there.
we're talking
If the player doesn't want to play, they brought the power now. So
He'll just sit on the bench and not make any money.
No, sometimes they might have to just sell him and make that money because come January, his value will go down.
But that's the issue. The money involved is not something they could just move around easily. That's the
So
problem.
that's why they're adding players to it.
You think? I don't think.
So I think the problem they have is
Yeah.
the kind of players that PSG
I think people are underestimating PSG. I don't think PSG owners are trying to make a deal that doesn't benefit them. There's no point
No
in
way.
making a deal for Neymar where you don't get quality back. I'm not going to trade my best asset
But they-
for some guys you put together.
They
It's
offer
not
100
gonna work.
million plus
But the cost-
Dembele and another player.
So the-
Dembele is always injured.
The issue,
I don't want
the
him.
issue you have right now is the fact that to make this deal work, you have to first of all put money.
Yes.
You have to put player exchange. You have 2 days left. It's multi-layered. Dembele doesn't want to move. His agent says he's not moving
That's
anywhere.
not easy.
And
So-
I think PSG is relying on something.
Right.
Even if Neymar is unhappy,
PSG
he has too much pride to just sit out and be lackadaisical.
Yeah, was he
Like,
gonna
I'm
sit
not
out
gonna
the whole
play.
year? If I was a
No,
PSG
he
president,
will be at his best
I can't
regardless.
remember his name. Right now, Neymar will be playing in the U19 or U23.
Yeah, put him on the bench.
I won't play him on the senior team. I'll put him on the youth team.
Yeah.
I have the
To
power.
punish him,
I'm
yeah.
paying you.
Yeah.
This guy's making close to 500 million a week.
Yeah.
You got to 500,000 a week. You got to play somewhere.
No-
So if you're not playing the senior team,
nobody forced
go
him
play
to
with
take
the
this
youth.
deal. I
Yeah.
mean, they were happy when
Because
they took this
you
deal.
get
And all of a
absolutely
sudden,
nothing right now.
he wants to be a diva and say,
It's
he
true.
wants to trade.
It is weird.
That's
I
what
mean,
he
that
was
he's
playing.
complaining right now.
You know, this is the classic example of don't get your parents to be your agent.
And, but I can't remember I said that this deal
No,
was
you
a
did.
bad deal for
You
the
did.
beginning.
You did. You
They
did.
should have
You did.
never made this
You
deal.
did. You said it.
Neymar is not that reliable.
You said it.
The
But
only
even
place
with
he's
all
gonna-
even with all this being said, I just feel like I don't know. We've kind of lost focus. Barcelona, do they really need? They have Griezmann, they have Messi,
They don't need
They
Neymar.
have what's the other boy? They have Suarez.
Yeah.
They want Neymar. I mean, who?
Where is he gonna
This
play?
is an all-star team.
And I think, you know what, I agree with you. If Neymar goes there, it will cause more
If
confusion.
City had done something close to
Venga.
this, they would be
At Barca.
up in arms about everything.
See, here's the problem people forget. The problem with Barcelona is not the players. The problem is the useless coach.
I feel like if they can't win with what they have now, then they're not gonna win.
They're
The
not,
problem.
yeah.
Take Frank Lampard to that team, he will get them to that final.
You have Messi, Griezmann, Suarez, and you're telling me they
But
need another
Valverde
superstar?
Nobody-
is the problem of FC Barcelona.
Nobody's complaining about the coach right now. Everybody's talking about Neymar. They're talking about the player.
Yeah.
They don't
Because
need
I don't
Neymar.
see why they have to get rid of Coutinho.
I agree with you.
I don't see why.
That was a
I don't see
stupid
why Neymar is even in the fray. As to like
Exactly.
I'm
this
with
whole
you.
Barca deal, it's
I'm with
kind
you.
of just came out of left field. Like
It's ridiculous.
Why?
It's
Why
ridiculous.
is Barca even in this at all?
They need 4 all-star forwards to win. Really?
I don't think
Let's move on.
Anyway,
deal won't go through.
so real quick, I mean, let's get back to this group stages. I know we've
So I think
talked about it real quick.
yeah, group-
Olumide
After
Olumide says
this.
Group F is the group of death.
Okay.
Doyin Adedoyin Okunere says Up City.
Of course.
That's really a lovely setup, guys. Thumbs up. Thank you very much. So let's go to Group B real quick.
Yeah,
Bayern Munich, Tottenham.
Let's
Olympiacos,
share more links.
Forget the other two.
Red
I
Star.
think it's a
No,
good match.
don't forget the other two. The Red Star were the people that beat Liverpool last
Olympiacos
year.
is
They beat Liverpool last year at home 2-0. Going to Belgrade is a very difficult
None
match.
of those two teams can win back to back.
Yeah.
Against Tottenham?
Yeah, all
I don't
Bayern
know.
Munich.
Olympiacos it could be a surprise.
They,
I
at
think
the most, they
Olympiacos
win one
might
game.
give people some problems, but I still think you know what's funny. I think Tottenham tops this group for some weird reason. I think they top this group.
I agree with
They
you.
probably do.
I agree with
They
you. I don't
probably
see
do.
Tottenham not Tottenham group. Frank Mattel,
I think Bayern
Nicola
does.
Marshall, I think
Just because I hate Tottenham.
Oh, we know.
Oh, we're gonna talk about them in
we
your game
know.
this weekend.
All right, Group C. Shakhtar.
So on
Man
our
City.
I know you guys.
Okay.
I know you guys are going to hate on
City
blogs.
easy.
so on
and
our
the
chat
internet.
we have we have this group colored as blue because it's the easiest. Supposed to.
No, it's not supposed. It's the easiest.
I mean, if City does not win every game and take.
Oh please, hey, calm down. We're not calm down.
No, but it depends.
We should top this group, but I don't know about winning every single game.
It depends.
Why not?
No,
It
depends. Go ahead.
Okay, City not take points and win every game in this group.
It depends on what happens.
Champions League is different, you know.
It depends on where we are in the league and what happens in December.
Yeah.
Then that's the case for everybody.
Right, because if you can wrap up your qualification by late November.
Yeah.
And in December we have Arsenal, we have Man United, and some other club again. May just play the kids and play against Atlanta, maybe even lose or draw that game.
True. So I don't think we win every single.
It all depends on where they are and how. But knowing Guardiola, you never know what he's going to do, man. That guy,
True.
you know, does
Sometimes he makes some really silly,
some stupid things that we just.
You guys have a bench though. I mean,
We do.
You got
So-
the squad.
Yeah, but the guy sometimes does some stupid things. I mean, the game against Tottenham last
Well, he
year,
didn't play
we
tomorrow.
all once we saw the list,
So here's the trick question.
we said,
City come out first.
should.
Who's second in that group?
Shakhtar. We played Shakhtar so many times. I feel like
What about
How about
Atalanta?
Dynamo Zagreb?
Zagreb is a good team too.
Dynamo plays really aggressively against bigger teams. That's the one thing.
Especially if
And when you go to the terrain, just the environment is
So
low.
who's coming
just
out?
our experience with Shakhtar, though. I mean, we should know this team very well. We played them 3 times now in the
Yeah,
Champions
it's a
League.
tough,
I think
tough one.
it's just Zagreb. But Atalanta was a team that played in Serie A, came fourth, and they played some really good football. They beat Juventus and they beat Napoli. So I would say they will.
I didn't even know
You
that.
say Atlanta?
That's a dark horse.
Yeah.
Who's your pick?
I wanted to say Dynamo.
Yeah, and they play
I go to
expansive
Dynamo.
football.
I'm a Shakhtar.
Okay, we have this on record, so we'll see. Juventus, Atletico, Bayern Leverkusen, and Lokomotiv Moscow.
If Juventus don't come out on top, then there's a problem.
Don't say that. Atletico is good this
I
year.
mean, Atletico's good.
I think
Don't get me wrong.
I think Atletico tops it.
And those are the only two I can really look at.
Only one
and
reason why
try to list.
Atleti tops it because of Sarri at Juventus. And if they're not careful,
So it comes back to the coach.
if they're not careful, Leverkusen will shock Juventus. If they're not careful.
That's another.
So, Atletico? leading the
Atleti,
group?
yeah.
I like Atletico to top.
I like Juventus to top the group.
Juve will.
There's no way.
Juve will.
Sorry?
Juve will.
Sorry?
Sorry, my dad.
Anyway,
Oh my
Atletico.
dad. Oh my dad.
Coming out.
No, there are some clubs that are bigger than managers.
Yeah,
Forget
true,
about that.
true.
So,
True.
And you don't have. Okay.
That's true.
Alright. I'll take it. You said, David?
Atletico to top the group.
I thought you were a Sarri fan.
I am a Sarri fan, but I think Atletico is really good, and I like the manager.
Did you watch that
Yeah.
kid, Felix?
Yeah, he's really good.
Oh, I forgot about Felix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that boy's
Felix
bad.
Yao is
bad.
my goodness.
That boy's bad.
What a pleasant surprise when it
Lindsay
comes to
says-
young players.
Man.
Just, I mean, okay, I'm gonna have to rethink it.
So this is a hey Carl, hey
Or
hey Ty,
Ronaldo,
hey Carl,
I mean,
hey
come on.
Lisa,
Hey, Lindsay,
Ninja,
how are you?
AKA a blue 2 shots and a gunner.
So Fisayo says,
Actually, we have 2 gunners. I'm going to say
Two
gunner.
gunners.
Lindsay.
Fisayo says distance can make
Gunners.
Fisayo says distance can make City struggle. Which kind of distance? Not first class they travel. Which kind of distance?
Just ignore him because he's a troll.
It's a private jet, though. Private plane.
They get private
Forget jet.
And
Private
then on the jet they
plane.
go massage you. Oh, come on now.
All right, let's move on to Group E.
Hey, Liverpool.
Liverpool, Napoli, Salzburg, and Genk.
The two teams
Obviously,
to
Liverpool.
talk about that. Liverpool tops and Napoli second.
Napoli.
Easy.
you never.
I love that the
never
schedule
walk
actually came out, the dates for these games, and Napoli and Liverpool play on the 17th, and between that week
Who's home?
Napoli's home.
Oh, so Napoli is his first leg.
Yeah, Napoli's the
Napoli
first
can
leg
be dangerous,
from
though.
the date I saw, and then the following game they have is against Chelsea, so that should be an interesting week for Liverpool.
For Liverpool.
For Liverpool.
They play Napoli and Chelsea.
Oh yeah, I'm checking on Sheg's team for him. Sheg, I'm helping you out. I'm checking your schedule for you. That's my
you know
buddy.
the problem with that?
Yeah.
The reverse leg is so the way they play is going to be Liverpool Napoli in December at Anfield in the midst of the December Christmas period.
wow.
Plus they have to go and play the World Club Cup.
That's why I said it's interesting.
And I wish Klopp would give it a rest with the whole complaints. I feel like at some point it's going to trickle down to his players. The complaints about a schedule, schedule. Like just leave it alone. Everybody has a tight schedule.
But you know that the grass
Right
will be
there
too
on the
long or
17th.
the snow will be
Napoli
too
don't
high.
Yeah.
That's
Something knows
It's
me.
going to come.
It's a tough
Yeah.
place.
So,
Yes.
do we agree?
Yeah.
Liverpool, Napoli coming out of that group?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Liverpool tops it.
No argument.
I mean, I know Napoli is good, but Liverpool's on top.
Group F. I think when I saw this, immediately I think I text Carl.
This is a difficult-
and text you guys in the group.
this
I
is-
said
this is a difficult
that's the
group.
group of death. Because
Yeah.
I don't know how you
definitely.
put
It is.
Barcelona, Dortmund, Inter Milan. Well, forget that one. Prague.
Even Prague said check team. Don't, I mean,
They're not bad, but in this, I mean, the top three. Are you kidding me?
That's
Yeah.
gonna be tough.
Now
It's
the
gonna be
question
tough,
is, who's? I mean, forget who's good. The two teams that are gonna come out. Who's not gonna come out of that group? Because Inter that just got Sanchez loan.
yeah.
And
They have
Lukaku.
Yeah.
And they have a coach.
They have a coach
Coach.
now.
They have a coach.
Like, oh my god.
I almost want to say Inter might actually top this group.
Really? I don't think so.
I'm telling you.
I think it's
You know
going
what,
to
Benga?
depend.
I agree with you, right?
I'm
I think
telling you.
Inter
I
topping the group,
I mean,
Barcelona coming out, and Dortmund getting their heart broken.
But you know what? We have to see how like the season.
I've watched Dortmund
Takes off
games.
for
They actually
Inter,
play
though.
well.
Dortmund always plays well.
Yeah, they always
play
play
well.
well. Dortmund always play.
I think
They
it all
won
depends
actually
on
first
how
game, right? The
each.
first game,
Yeah. 5-1.
something like that. Yeah.
5-1, yeah.
I think it depends on how each
5-1.
team plays their home game.
Yeah.
How each team plays their home game is going to determine.
It is.
You know,
how
you
it
know,
comes
you know,
out there.
you know what the first match day one is? Do you know what the schedule is? Match day one. Do you know what it is?
Oh, I didn't check that one.
I know Inter won their first
It's
game
only concerned
with
about
Lukaku.
Yeah,
scoring.
I was only concerned about Liverpool and City.
Yeah, because that will be that may be key because if Barcelona are playing Dortmund on the first day or Milan on the first day, match day one.
Alright, so I have Inter and Barcelona. Uncle, what is
I
that?
will have Barcelona first and then maybe Inter.
Oh, Dortmund plays Barcelona 9-17, and they play.
Who's home and who's away?
Dortmund is home.
That's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, that's a whole.
So-
I'll tell you this about Barcelona
Who's
to
your-
preface my answer. Griezmann being a trouble, they term him as the troublesome child, but coming to Barcelona, I mean, I feel like it's exactly what Barcelona needed after the disgrace, pseudo disgrace they've had
But
last season.
are you really sure?
It's a different team, Carl. With
But
that
the-
boy
the-
in it, it's a different
the only
team.
Did you watch their first game and their second game?
the only
I brought
problem.
the first one, but I still think Griezmann is the standout right now for Barcelona.
but wait,
It might be the game changer.
Benga, the problem I have with Barcelona is not even the attack; it's the defense and the midfield.
Yeah, the defense and midfield is a little.
I mean,
poor.
Longley, Piqué, Semedo, and
midfield maybe not so good,
Alba.
but the
Frankie de Jong is going to come in and play. He's probably going to play two in the hold. He's going to play Busquets and Frankie de Jong as the two holding midfielders. But that defense, under pressure,
Yeah.
I mean, how and Dortmund are fast and are quick.
But for Barcelona not to come out of a group though, I just don't see it.
No, I mean, what's
Yeah,
your
I mean,
pick?
I agree.
I don't see them. I said coming out second.
I think it's going to be Barcelona and Inter Milan.
That's what I think.
I think it's going to be Dortmund and Barcelona. Unfortunately, I think Inter Milan will focus on the league. They're gonna win the league.
While we're talking about Barcelona, right? When everybody's healthy, I'm gonna take a quick break. Well, we're gonna take a break in like a second to our producer. But before we go on break, with a healthy Suarez, healthy Messi,
Griezmann.
Griezmann, what do you think is its front three? Because now let's assume Dembele gets healthy sooner or later.
Yeah.
How do you play those three?
He's not going to play 4-3.
So what is he gonna
He's
do?
going to play 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2. He's going to change that. Valverde's
So
problem.
Messi and Suarez up front.
He's probably going to
No.
play Suarez
you-
as a 9, and then the 3 would be Messi,
Griezmann.
Griezmann, and then somebody who's playing the hole behind them.
So that could be.
But he also he
His problem, Valverde has changed the philosophy and the DNA of Barcelona.
So that's what I'm asking this question. I'm looking at that team with the healthy team.
Yeah.
Where do you put Griezmann?
He play on the left.
Because right now he's playing 9. He played like 9 for the second game.
Play him on the left, 11.
Yeah, I think eventually he's going to be playing behind the striker
Could be a
or on
false
the
nine.
wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, false nine, exactly.
Or he plays.
Suarez is going to probably play in front of him.
Yeah, or he plays
Okay.
Suarez and then Griezmann,
That's true.
this young boy, that boy Dembele
Dembele.
and Messi,
Yeah.
and play Busquets and Frankie.
But the choices they have are so exciting on paper. It's just that on the field, it's one thing having a great attack, like you said. But if the defense is not
The defense is not.
our
So
problem
before we
right
go on
now.
break real quick, Olumidolo, they said Barca and Inter coming out of that group. He also said Griezmann is banging in goals now. Yeah, but what did he do the first game? There's only one game that is banging in goals.
It was
But I give him credit. I don't take
Real
credit.
Betis. I mean, come on.
You guys forgot about contest teams are tight in defense. Okay,
Sure they
so this Sunday, guys,
with the back
I
three.
know Kyle, you're probably going to be there. This Sunday we have the CY show American Adventure. American Adventure 2. This Sunday, the promo is about to go on now.
This September, there's going to be an adventure. Get your kids set as Thank You Promotions presents Standing Out with CY, The American Adventure. Featuring Mr. Patrick, Emeka Smith, MC Chaz, MC PC, Jedi, MC Solid, Foxy P, Edochale, Prof B, Igos, Grand Commander. Music by Isaac Gerald. Also featuring DJ Shivo. Date Sunday 1st September 2019. Venue The Gathering Place 6120. Day Long Lane, Clarkville MD 21029. Time Red Carpet 4 p.m. Show starts 5 p.m. Tickets Platinum Table of 10 $1,000. Table gets food and drink. Gold Table of 5 $500. Table gets drinks only. Regular table $30. Tickets available at ibuytix.com. Standing Out with CY is supported by Wave, AfroBeat Live Radio, Afro Swag, One Links, Omni Concept, ibuytix, House of Unix, Teddy's Africa, Media Panache, African Mirror, Labby Films, Porter's Mind, The Plus Royal Hotel, Shonadex, Away Couture, and Messi Seats. Be ready. This September.
Yes, so Sunday, come out, have fun, laugh your butt out. It's gonna be great comedian, good show. If you haven't gotten your ticket, get your ticket. Follow us on AfroBeat Live. We get links to to buying ticket. I'm sorry guys, soccer is too exciting for me to talk straight now. Now we left up Group F, Group G. Zenit, Benfica, Lyon, and Leipzig. So
This is one of the most exciting groups, Ty. I'll tell you why. Because it is balanced.
Yes.
It's got a balanced meal, balanced diet. This is a balanced diet. And it should be exciting. Go ahead, sir.
So if you have a group of death, what do you call this group?
A group of equals.
Or a group of bombs?
Yeah.
No,
they're not bombs.
So Leon, we played Leon. I mean, they don't have Ndumbele anymore, but
Yeah.
Because when I looked at this
RB
group,
Leipzig,
honestly,
They're not bombs.
Leipzig are a good team.
I
They qualified.
struggled to pick two teams that will come out of this group.
But think about it, like Leipzig finished third or fourth in the German league. German league we know is, but Lyon are a good team.
Lyon are good.
Benfica always hangs on some way somehow.
And Zenit always give trouble. This is a balanced diet.
Yes.
So, speaking of balanced diet, Kyle, who do you think is the top two?
Lyon and I think RB Leipzig will go through. Those are the two.
Oh,
I go for Lyon and Benfica.
okay. Solitude.
Same. Leon and Benfica.
yeah, that's the same for me as well.
They won't
I
be.
The only problem with Lyon is they don't have enough
I haven't
anymore.
checked it. I have Leon.
I have to, but they did have this backup. I remember because we played them. I remember their backup defensive midfielder was also
Awa.
really good.
Awa. Is it
He
Awa?
was really good. I don't know. He was I don't know where he was from, but he was really good.
Yeah,
And they're always good at breeding.
young.
And they always find talent. I don't know how they do. They always find talent.
Yeah.
So
And
you,
Memphis
those of you
plays
guys that are
really well.
watching at home,
Yeah.
we're talking about Group H. Feel free to put in your input. Feel free to call in. The studio number is on the screen. 202-681-0389. That's 202-681-0389.
Just some comments here running through. Fisayo says, Olumide says, Atletico top. Doing says, City needs to buy Felix. I agree with you. We should have done that.
Good luck.
Should have sold Sani and bought that kid. Anyway, move on. Olumide, Barca and Inter. Olumide, Griezmann is banging goals now. Okay. Olayinka David said Chelsea out.
I'm with him on that.
We're not even there yet.
It doesn't matter. I'm with him on that.
Where's United? What? Okay, I forgot.
Speaking of Chelsea out, Group H. For whom?
This is
Another
another.
tough.
This is another
That's a very tough one.
difficult group
Yeah.
I think this is
to
the
call.
toughest, to be honest.
So I mean,
This is a difficult group to call.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I like about Lao. Let me kick that off. And I, of course, is a bias. See, that Nigerian kid, Victor Osimhen,
Shimon. He's good. Yeah.
let me tell you, for one, I think they probably, well, they didn't sell us a lemon because Pepper is magnificent.
Yeah.
But they were smart enough to actually pinpoint who would replace him. And it's as good as replacement that you can get for a team like Lyle that just got 78 million from us. He's great. As a right wing attacker, he's done magnificent so far on the team. And I think they will surprise everybody. And I think Lyle comes out of that age group because of it.
It's good to see a Nigerian actually play in the Champions League in a proper, which is fantastic. Is it?
So I favor Lyle because of Osimhen. And then, of course, the other team, I would like to say Chelsea.
You
But
would like
Ajax.
So wait.
But Ajax.
Okay, start it. So you're picking Lille and Ajax out of that group?
This is the-
No, say it. I mean, say it.
Unfortunately
I
for
could pick
Chelsea,
mine
yes.
now.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, mine is
I'll let
definitely.
Carl wrap it up.
I don't know why I like Valencia. I feel like those Spanish boys play English
do.
guys differently.
Yeah.
I don't care what they are on the table. People overlook them, but you'll see that Valencia's game is going to be totally different from what they play in the league. I'm picking Ajax and Valencia. Chelsea out in group stage.
Wow.
What's match day one schedule? Okay, that'll tell me. That'll give me an idea
I'll
of
put
what.
it up for you now.
Yeah, for Chelsea. What's
I almost
match
want to feel
Chelsea,
bad
Valencia.
counting
Don't
Chelsea
feel bad,
out.
Binga.
Chelsea, Valencia. I'll have it up.
That's a big one, which means that they'll play the last.
It's going to be a tough one.
Chelsea's at home. 9-17.
That's going to be a different.
It's a tough
Which
one.
means
The
Chelsea-
9-17 Chelsea's at home? Is that
Yeah,
what you say?
Chelsea will have to play Valencia on the last match day in December.
Chelsea, Valencia.
But if you get over the hump of Valencia and beat them
No, you
resoundingly.
already picked your team. You didn't pick Chelsea.
No, I know.
I'm not fighting you. I'm just hating on you. Mr. Tokes, what's your pick? What's your two? Chelsea, Ajax, Valencia, Lille.
Believe me or not, I'm going to go for Ajax and Chelsea. The reason being that the English team don't have to play the Spanish team when it comes to Champions League.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Barca, I'm talking about the other ones like Valencia. And so I will go for Ajax and Chelsea. However, Lille is a club that you need to watch as well.
Dark
You
horse.
guys are forgetting to account for the fact that this is going to be Lampard's first foray into Champions League.
That's
Managing
soon.
Champions League teams are different than the way you manage.
Sorry, not to interrupt you. We got a call on the line.
Oh God, it's this guy.
As long as it's not Fisayo.
It is unfortunate.
Good afternoon, sir. Or evening, I should say.
Oh, Lord.
So we are
Don't
in
assume
Group
that
H.
everybody's
Chelsea,
Nigerian
Ajax,
speaking
Valencia, Lille.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
I said Chelsea, Ajax, Valencia, Lille. Or why are you calling? Pick two.
Oh, well, first of all, Chelsea is coming out with our 12 points. Leave matter.
Okay.
I want to bet that Yinka guy. I want to bet him. That if Chelsea come out of the group, he go shave him beer. And I go shave
I won't, but it's my hope and my fellow brethren, Manchester brethren, but you guys don't make it out the group stage. That is my hope. I'm sorry.
You are listening to a Europa League person. I beg you, matter.
Wow.
So Yinka.
I don't know how Champions League person can make friends with a Europa person.
Happy now. Small now. Manchester United will playing against Eyimba for Africa. That's how low they go drop.
Wow.
Look, Fisayo, let me say something though while you're on the line. Let me tell you one thing about with Chelsea. In all seriousness, if the league, if EPL gets really tough for Chelsea, they're not going to, go all out in the
You guys are
UEFA
forgetting
League
that
to
Chelsea
play.
team is not really full yet. Although it's still out, Czech is still out.
I understand.
You guys
That's
are
what I'm
out.
saying. Like, if EPL gets too tough for you guys, that's going to be the only concentration.
I think
to be
Lampard
honest,
will prioritize
it's going
this
to
league.
make it even harder to compete in Champions League.
Why do you have so much faith in Lampard if this is his first foray into Champions League?
Just like I had faith in Zidane when he first got the job and he won.
Is
Zidane
that
was
fake
managing
though,
a
or the
team of
undue
superstars.
pressure you guys put on
That's
coaches?
But
Zidane was managing superstars. That's different.
Yeah.
Lampard is not managing superstars.
Everybody's got to start from somewhere.
YG, they're confusing fate with pressure.
Alright,
Chelsea
let's see.
puts undue pressure, both fans and management alike, on the coaches.
Okay.
That's what you guys are doing right now with Lampard.
How many points do you have, sir?
But no. All jokes apart, if Lampard doesn't do that well this season, you guys are going to chastise him.
Okay.
You're going
Fisayo,
to massacre him.
please go ahead. Let's Fisayo finish you first.
Yeah, what was doing that question again?
I'm saying, like, do you think if you guys struggle right now in the EPL with Lampard at the helm, that you're going to be able to do well in the Champions League or concentrate solely on EPL?
No, I mean, we're going to take each match as it comes, man. Because we will do, I expect the team to improve, jokes apart, because once our injuries come back, even City make them watch out too, because we go enter them, we not be stuck.
Okay, follow-up question. If Lampard doesn't do that well in this first season at the helm of Chelsea, what do you fans going to think of him? In all honesty.
If he doesn't, if he doesn't do well, as long as we don't get relegated,
Well, let RJ finish.
You will feel vindicated. There you see. There we go. What
yeah,
did you
if
repeat
he
that?
doesn't do well at this point, but my understanding is that he had a discussion with Abramovich because he can't buy players.
Yes.
But at least there'll be something in the way the team plays. See, last season the team was doing okay, but a lot of people were not satisfied with the way the team was performing under Sarri. So as far as the team is doing okay, because we have to consider we don't have a top-notch striker, we have a couple of things. As long as there's progression, we'll be fine, and I expect there to be.
I was going to say something.
Well, you guys are going to be around 10th or something anyway,
gonna
so
be
it's
around-
okay.
Go ahead.
I
I was going to say something. Don't forget Roberto Di Matteo won the Champions League.
Yeah, but
Was
he has,
a rookie-
no, but he has,
was a rookie
but he has
manager.
superstars.
Yes.
He has
Was a rookie manager.
You always got to look at the
But
team the
let me,
manager
How did that end up?
if I
by the way?
may, Tammy Abraham,
RJ, thank you very much.
the priority for
Okay.
the priority for Chelsea should be making sure that next year they're in the
Champions League.
Yes.
It is not this year with a manager that in first year in with Tammy Abraham
Champions
leading the line to try to push forward. If you go through and you qualify second and you get to February and you have to play the round of 16 and you're still like 5th or 6th struggling for it, right now with that back four and the way Frank plays in the defense, it's going to be difficult.
And Carl, are they
But
comfortable with
here's what I wanted to say, right?
so much
By the
to
way,
talk about? It's so exciting. Because
Yeah, it really
I want to
is.
ask Chelsea fans if you guys are comfortable with Tammy Abraham leading the line. I'm glad Carl mentioned that.
listen,
That's all they have.
That's
They
all
don't
they
have
got. That's what they got.
Here's the thing, right?
But you guys got Pulisic and
Let's
you
focus
thought
on
you didn't need
this
Hazard.
real
So
quick. My pick is Chelsea and
just
Valencia.
saying.
And the reason why I picked Chelsea and Valencia, I think Ajax, they're good. Don't get me wrong. They were Cinderella of last year. This year, we don't know what they look like. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to watch their game.
Yeah.
Me
But I'm
neither.
picking Valencia over them because their competition week in, week out is much better than what Ajax is playing. Lille, come on, man, they're playing France. I have no respect for France teams, including PSG.
I
That's
don't
just
understand
me.
that.
I don't
Why
care.
people just
Your
have zero respect
competition's
for
weak,
the French.
you are
And
weak.
they won the World Cup. France.
No. Yeah, but all their teams don't play. They don't. All their players don't
Yeah.
play France league. They play all over the world.
Most of the
So,
top players are.
We'll see.
but anyway, that's my question. But going back to your question about, I see everybody is saying, what if Lampard doesn't do well? What if he doesn't do well? This year is a free year for him.
That's
Because
why I say
Has that been the experience with other coaches?
No,
You're talking as if like that's a norm.
he has nothing to do.
Okay, I know we're going to have to move on to
No,
another
but
topic, but you got...
I mean, but to your point,
Go ahead.
Chelsea right now concede too many goals in the Champions. What's been our downfall in Champions League so far? Conceding goals.
Yeah.
If you concede goals in Champions League, the chances of you getting out of the group stage are difficult. He has to rectify.
Let's
his back
look at
four.
this, right? You sent me a video that explains why
Yeah,
Chelsea
yeah.
concede too many goals,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it's obvious.
Yeah.
The reason why. You don't think that can be fixed?
No, it can be fixed. That's why I'm saying that it depends on what Frank does between now and then.
Yeah.
It can be fixed, right? Chelsea should qualify based on the history and the name and the pedigree that they have.
Yeah.
But are they going to be ready, at that point in time, to overcome Ajax twice, Valencia twice or once to get over the hump?
That's what I'm looking at. So that's why I'm asking
that's
a serious question. I think Chelsea should, but
I want to cover
So tough.
quick
Yeah.
comments. Chief Umeje says Tammy Abraham will score more goals than people think. He's
I like the kid.
He's undisputed number 9 in the team that creates chances.
But Tammy's problem is against the big boys. Tammy won't do shit. Jack, excuse
That's
me.
why we have
He won't do nothing.
Giroud.
Giroud
I
is too
think
slow.
Giroud will
Giroud's
come.
too slow.
Against the big team.
Giroud has become a
I'm not
fringe striker.
Yeah, Giroud reminds... He's going to become like that Lorient guy that plays for Spurs.
The person I like at Chelsea is Mason Mount.
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
think Mason Mount
You already know that's
yeah,
my boy.
I also think
Yes.
he will have a big year.
Mason
Mason Mount
gives
is-
people problems.
Olumide asked
I
a
like that
question.
kid.
Mason Mount
I
gives
like
people
that kid.
problems.
Let me ask a question that I would like to answer. He says, do you think Rudiger coming back will improve the defense?
Yeah, I
Absolutely 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's the best defender we have.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
What's his name? Is it Zuma?
Zuma.
No, Zuma is
Zuma is the second best.
Yeah, Zuma.
If you can consider, if you can add best to it, to each his
For their
own.
team, he actually
Yes.
is.
No, like I said, on our team, I
He's
didn't say he-
very error prone.
I'm being realistic.
He is very error prone.
Rudiger will add much more quality.
Yeah, Rudiger's. Yeah.
The problem
And balance.
is the
And leadership.
Is the
we don't have leadership right now.
the fullbacks, right? Aspie and what's the other guy?
Palmieri.
Palmieri is actually quite good. It's the right side of your fullback. That's another.
I think age might be captured.
But again, Chelsea should, by pedigree and by should go through.
They might come out of that group.
But what Chelsea are we going to see?
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for chiming in on the group stages. It's been fun. It's taken most of our time, which is kind of where we plan. Before we move forward and change topic real quick, I want to thank our sponsor for the day, Loud Shawarma. Again, they deliver. Their phone number is 240-722-7484. It's right there on your screen if you want shawarma. I don't want to eat live on the air.
I ate before going on.
I've enjoyed some, and Benga, everybody else I've had some except for Kyle, but
not bad at all.
His is right there. So guys, again, Loud Shawarma, thank you very much for your sponsor. To wrap up Champions League, right, real quick. Which EPL team would go the farthest and why?
Woo! I'm not going to jinx my team.
It's City and Liverpool.
Hey, don't jinx my team.
Answer the question.
I don't know. That's the answer to the question.
Oh my God!
Now YG,
we're gonna revoke your.
They're not talking about winning it, but go the farthest.
Go the furthest.
Those are the two
between Liverpool and
to
City.
Yeah.
It's going to be between Liverpool and City.
Spurs are not going to.
Based on how they're matched up right now, I think Liverpool and City have an easier road, and it also depends on the second. The second round is going to determine a lot because if you look at the top two teams that will make it out of this group, there are no easy games. So you can't really say, "Oh, this team," unless you're going to play teams in Group G.
Well, the only thing is that if Tottenham come first in their group, then we cannot play them.
Yeah, you can't play the English teams and all that.
Is that PSG or Real, Atletico or Juventus? If Liverpool tops there or Napoli, so it's.
So who do you think is gonna go farthest?
I don't know.
I think City.
Because there's a chance we might match up with Bayern or Atletico.
Everybody says Liverpool.
I think City.
And I tend to agree with them.
Yeah, of course.
You know why I disagree with them? You know why I think it's
go
going to be City because I think while City fans say they want the Premier League, the reality is nothing else to prove in the Premier League.
Exactly.
And so
that's exactly what my thinking.
But
Pep wants that.
But Pep
Champions
but here's the reality. Pep has always, even when he was at Barcelona, he said the local league is the priority. Even when he had the 2008 Barcelona, he always said that is the priority. That's your daily, your weekly, your monthly.
But you don't think this Champions League has eluded him for a long time? He might not verbalize it.
No, there's no doubt that
he wants that.
There's no doubt that he would want to win it. But given the choice of the two right now, he will always pick the Premier League.
I want to win Champions League, but for me, I want a three-peat in the league.
No, I don't think so. I think
that's
history.
I always say we're playing the EPL. That's my concern.
The Man City players want the Champions League, right? I think Liverpool want the Premier League. So for me, I think City are going to focus more on the Champions League, and then Liverpool probably try and focus on the Premier
Liverpool
League.
wants that Premier League so bad. 30 years.
But you've actually nailed it now. The fans will dictate how the Premier League will go because it doesn't matter how you play. Liverpool wants the league by league, and City wants the Champions League. And don't forget Guardiola, when he was in Bayern Munich, he didn't win the Champions League. So he knows he wants it. He might just play mind games. So that's what's going to be. But I feel in the long run, he will still go for both.
Right, he'll go for both.
He'll
go for both.
And everybody has to go for both.
He has too much pride. He has too much pride to not put all his energy into the Premier League.
The focus of players and coaches always been the next game. Not the game after the next game. Everybody's focus is the next game you're playing. Regardless if it's Carling Cup, FA Cup, or Champions League. Your next game is the next focus. So that's why I don't really buy too much into, we're going to focus on the league, not the Champions League. No. You win your next game, you worry about the game after that.
You know what wins this at this stage is the depth of squad. And I think City has got enough. Even if you have injuries, compared to the two, I'm telling you now.
And
that's how you can go far because of injuries.
The only thing I think
the bench is better
could be injury at the centre back position.
But they'll play Fernandinho there. He's done it with Mascherano before. Here's the I guess the ultimate question is, when you look at, can Liverpool match what they did last year in terms of points?
I don't believe it.
I don't think they can.
Never.
Not this time.
I don't think they can. Now
we'll see.
Now,
not this time.
Can Man City match what they did last year in terms of points? They've done it twice already. Right? Now, what's the priority for the club? The club, the ownership, is Champions League. The fans, Premier League. The players, probably Champions League. The coach, he may say Premier League, but he wants to win everything. But at some point, he has to make a decision. That against Tottenham away, we felt he made the wrong decision because clearly he prioritized the league over the Champions League.
Yeah. I mean, he won it,
and I think he'll continue to do that. Right. Quite honestly, I think Pep will always prioritize
that's the problem.
Look, I
don't blame him.
I know people are gonna have little slight comments they want to make, probably for Saya. But what I'm telling you is, even if he doesn't win Champions League this year, if he wins the league, he still makes history.
He already does.
A three-peat in the league. This is the toughest league in the world.
I didn't think them last year.
That would be.
That's his story.
That's major history.
So
right there.
that's not a loss to me.
Yeah.
But I'm not most fans. A lot of people look at Champions League as a situation
where you have again two Premier League teams in the final of both the Champions League and Europa League. It is possible. Unlikely,
and that's why, going by what you said, that's why he bought those new players. Therefore, Scott, he's going for both. He's just going to play mind games.
I mean, he has to. He has to. You got to. You got to win as many trophies as possible. Like I say, the next game is the most important game. Remember, they still have different tournaments that they could possibly win.
Yeah.
FA Cup, EFL. I know
there's a lot. That Carabao Cup, I hope we just ignore it.
Just ignore it.
Because we've already won it back to back. We don't need that.
So, quick comments. Shigoji says the all squad depth. I guess is referring to. I say watch Liverpool will win Champions League and City will get Premier League despite what they want.
It depends on.
Didi George says, I don't blame him. I guess he's referring to City winning the league.
But if you think about Liverpool's journey to the Champions
League, Didi George, don't be sad.
If you
Ghana fans over here.
So if you think about Liverpool's journey to the Champions League final, do you know they almost, in fact, they're actually head to head. They went through the group stage based on head to head against Napoli, because they lost all their games away, and then at home the last thing that 1-0 was enough to take them above them. So Champions League is just anything can happen. Look at VAR with the handball. Anything can happen. You can dominate a game and then miss your chances. And one penalty.
But then, I know we're going to get into that too. We but that handball thing.
We'll get into that.
Let's wrap up Champions League real quick. We can't. I don't want to be a rude host since we have two non-Champions League fans. I just want to give them a chance.
I was waiting for us to move on.
Go ahead.
And you guys are just watching, so the Thursday night
I'm not even mad
that nobody cares about. The draw is tomorrow, right?
The draw is tomorrow.
Now, we can wrap this up real quick and give them the 5 seconds of fame. Arsenal, Manchester United, Wolves are the 3 EPL in that draw.
Y'all know that's my second team.
What team do you think is going to go farther? The farthest? Because anytime Chelsea is in it, we win it.
Oh God, really? You have to put that in there?
I have to.
Okay, all right.
But now we're not in it. We leave it to the junior varsity teams, Man U and Arsenal. And Wolves. So who do you think is going to go the farthest?
Believe it or not, as much as I don't like Arsenal, I think they go the furthest. But I think Wolves are right up there with them. But this is the Wolves' first time in international competition, so it's going to be a little tricky.
Have you watched their games? They're playing like
Wolves.
They're playing like.
Is it because I didn't wear that jersey today? That's my second team.
I watched some of the games in the UEFA Champions League, Europa League, and they're playing like.
So
I mean, Torino. Torino's not a small club.
No.
They came, I think, 5th in it. They dominated them.
Wolves are really good. Wolves are really good.
Are you picking Wolves?
I think
Arsenal goes.
I think Arsenal goes the furthest just because of the pedigree and Unai Emery, and also.
I think it's a wasted conversation.
If 2 City fans are picking Arsenal, do I need to ask the Arsenal fan who you're picking?
But I think the wording is wrong because you said who's going the furthest. I think Arsenal wins it all. Period.
Oh wow!
Okay. It's a wasted conversation.
Oh,
Arsenal wins it
last year though.
Arsenal would have won it last year. Okay. We lost focus, and I kind of blame the coach.
They lost some penalties, right?
Yeah, 4-1.
We lost in the final against Chelsea.
Bro, don't forget Inter Milan may drop in though.
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
Thank you, Carl.
If Chelsea drops in, what if Chelsea drops in?
There's some team.
Which Chelsea?
Chelsea's not going to drop in. First of all, stop that nonsense. You got.
Wait. Who do you know?
No, it's obvious that Chelsea is going to drop in.
Chelsea's going to drop in.
We don't want it back to back.
Chelsea's going to drop in.
There's no back to back. Like Chelsea won't make it out.
I promise you, Chelsea drops in.
Yeah, they won't make it out of the first stage either.
Speaking of Arsenal, somebody online says David Luiz is doing a nut job for Arsenal.
Yeah, you know what? You can say what you want about David Luiz with what he did with with that foul.
But David Luiz, Chelsea misses him. Let's not pretend. Chelsea misses that guy.
So all jokes and
Rudiger will be back.
Yeah, he will be back. We'll be back. quote unquote.
Everybody, okay. Here's my thing, right? Everybody's picking Arsenal on this squad. And you guys remember this?
To go further out of the three.
I'm picking Man U to win it.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm picking Manchester United to win it.
No.
Man United can beat Wolves twice.
You guys remember that?
Man United will not beat Wolves twice.
Okay.
Man, you wait till Arsenal gets clicked.
Nuno, that guy, I'm telling you, that guy is the most underrated coach in the Premier League. Nuno.
He is.
The Wolves.
The guy came in first year, beating people
Wolves
up.
is
That
just
guy-
is
That guy is
that team.
That guy.
It's a tough team to play with.
Very, very tough.
Yeah. I think when Chelsea drops in, I think it becomes more difficult.
Oh wow.
When, not if.
Oh, no, not if. When they drop in, it becomes more difficult.
Whatever.
It will still be Arsenal.
Arsenal
I
is
was
going
going
to
to give you a
click.
shout out because you have a fan online, Mrs. Odwayo, almost to say hello on Good Talks, but I'm not even. I mean, why did I even read it? You just said when Chelsea dropped.
Because it's a
I can't
shout out.
believe that.
Pages, like Bengal, you want to put some shawarma on that Chelsea.
Coming from a man who doesn't pay his debts. I mean,
Woo! Oh yeah, you still fish.
I'm just saying. Yeah. So, hey.
Speaking
no,
of Arsenal,
I like Arsenal.
right?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the Arsenal-Liverpool game?
It was a tough game, man.
But
We have two Arsenals in the house. I'm really curious to hear your opinion.
Can I ask you guys, Arsenal guys, right? What was Emery thinking about playing the diamond in the midfield against
Was
Liverpool?
the strategy that
I can give my thoughts on that.
That's we are asking.
Let me tell you.
Give us your 2
And
cents.
and I was talking to fellow Arsenal fans about this. I have a theory. Emery is a bit of a narcissist.
Wow.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
he's
He's a good
Trump-itis.
coach, but he has this chip on his shoulder where his experience with PSG and other places. You know, he's probably the most successful coach in Europa. He's won Europa multiple times.
Yeah.
But that big stage always eluded him. And now being in the EPL, the greatest league, arguably, in the world, he has something to prove. And he feels like that new, fresh ideas he's bringing to the EPL, he wants everybody to see it and talk about it. And so I think he makes some harsh experiments that shouldn't be made. And that's what we did against Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's obvious to everybody it was an experiment. I mean, we have their front three, and Liverpool was wary of this, by the way.
Yeah.
And you saw the game we played against them, even with the defense, they won 1 penalty, they scored 2 goals, great. But it's not as easy as everyone wants to look like, oh, they took them to school. No, that wasn't how that game was, even with the diamond. But that diamond was just horrible. If he had stuck with a winning formula, played his 4-3-3 even with his front three, that's proven. That needs to gel. Pepper, Lacazette, and all that, it would be a totally different game we're talking about.
Why?
So he hasn't answered it, and nobody can put their finger on it. Not even any of the pundits. They're just like, what happened?
Even Klopp was surprised.
Yes, even Klopp was surprised. So go figure.
We played the
Again, that takes me back to that. I can experiment and do something totally different and still, get over on the competition. And that's not the case. He got humble.
I think what he was trying to do was that he was trying to play a narrow diamond in the midfield, right? And leave the channels for the fullbacks, hoping that both Aubameyang and Pepe playing up front to the counter-attack, which almost happened. Pepe almost scored.
3 times.
Right. Which almost
they missed sitters in front of. That's what I'm saying. Like it's an experiment that almost went well, but he got humbled.
If Pepe had finished his chances, it's a whole different ball game.
It'd be a different ball game.
Emery's,
totally different ball game.
Benga, Olumide says Emery has nothing to offer than what he is doing with Arsenal right now. You can't give what you don't have.
I think
Who said that?
2 things.
Olumide Oloyede.
Oh, so let's just skip over him. He doesn't.
So
Two things to say, just to add to what you're saying. Because it's the early stage of the Premier League, so he had the opportunity to experiment.
Yes.
That's why he did that.
But not against
He
Liverpool.
also realized that if he loses against Liverpool, exactly.
Nobody's.
And you know what, though?
So
you
that's
do have a
why-
point there.
that's why I was
Nobody's
going
going
to
to
do
say, like,
that.
they
But
play
then
the best team,
I think the only
arguably.
problem we had was the fact that he did not make the substitution
Early.
If not, it would have been alright.
So staying on Arsenal, so we have 2 Arsenal fans. Don't know why we have 2 Arsenal fans here. We're playing Tottenham next.
I'm not worried about Tottenham, actually.
I would.
They are noisy.
I'm
not really worried about
So you guys actually think you're gonna beat
No,
It's going to be a tough game, but I'm not worried.
It's Emirates. I don't have any problem with
If
that.
Ndombele is playing, I don't think you guys win.
Yeah,
Oh.
I agree.
I'm being honest.
I agree.
I think, for one, I think Ndebele is very highly overrated.
So what would you say about Pepe then?
Pepper's not.
You know that guy caused us.
He's got the right price.
I'm ignoring.
You know the first goal that they scored was.
He can't do it all by himself.
Wait,
I'm ignoring what Benga said.
You know the first goal that they scored against Okov in Nobele's first pass to.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm ignoring what he said.
So do you think we're going to lose at Emirates then?
It doesn't matter if Ndombele plays the game that I know he plays, you don't win.
No.
Honestly,
I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
I don't really care who wins, to be honest with you. As long as my fight, if it's a 1-1 draw, I would love it.
No, we're going to win.
Both teams
We
will
need-
talk points. But I think Tottenham.
But it doesn't mean Chelsea's catching up anytime soon. So
But-
what are you worried about?
What
What are you worried about?
You had 10 points ahead of Chelsea.
You're likely losing next game anyway.
To
So
who?
just saying,
We played Sheffield United.
save them also.
But here's a quick question: Who
Don't miss the
from
next game,
Arsenal can counter-attack Ndombele in that midfield? Which Arsenal midfielder?
That's the problem.
They don't have a midfielder.
No, but
you mean
but
we
no,
don't have a
on a-
midfielder.
No,
What are you talking about?
on a serious,
So who's
on,
there
a,
with
on,
him?
a, on a very
I
serious.
mean, we didn't play Arsenal last game,
It's
and we
serious
know
now.
what
No,
he's
no, no,
what
no,
he's
no.
capable of when he's on. Sabalo's first game, full game,
Yeah.
rivals anything that Ndombele did so far in the EPL in his first game. He rivaled it.
No, bro.
Not against Liverpool. Did you watch the game before that?
I watched it, but it's against
So, did
Burnley.
you watch Ceballos?
But it was Burnley. It was Burnley.
Oh, Burnley.
And-
The post
Burnley? Really, Benga? Really?
No, but forget the team. It's what he played. The game he
Also-
played. The game he
Also,
played.
cannot match Ndombele in anything.
Okay.
Not anymore.
I agree.
Yeah,
No,
one more
I
minute.
agree with Benga that Ceballos can be a fantastic player. The only challenge for Ceballos has is he doesn't press well enough, and for Tottenham who press and are physical with Ndombele, it's going to be a very difficult game.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult game.
Somebody
Don't
said.
get me wrong. It's not going to be a walkover,
Arsenal
but
should
they're
win.
not winning.
Arsenal should win
But
because they're at
don't
home.
Who are
forget
you
Tottenham
picking to
lost
win?
the last game.
I don't want to hear shoot.
It's going to be.
Pick one.
It's going to be a draw.
Pick one.
It's going to be a draw.
Pick one.
He said draw.
I should pick one.
He said draw
I
now.
pick one.
Yeah.
I'll pick Tottenham.
Thank you.
I picked Spurs.
Pick Tottenham. Olumide Spurs will win.
But-
Arsenal is a failed club.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
I didn't say it. Big. I don't look at me.
That's a
I don't like the way you're looking at me.
He said it.
I'm
No,
only
I don't mind. I only like thrive on relevance, and it's not really
He said it's ignoring
relevant.
him.
So
He says everybody's experimenting with Arsenal.
I don't want you to forget. I don't want you
Okay.
to forget that.
Actually,
Tottenham
I-
lost the last game.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
that's more reason why I think they will
Never
win.
ever say anyone can win.
Yeah, but-
because
against Newcastle,
exactly. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but that's more reason why they want to win.
Thank you.
Exactly.
That's
They're
more
not
reason
winning.
And
why they win. So
a
real
derby
quick,
is
Probably
guys,
a draw.
I'm sorry this is fun, but we have to pay bills.
It'll probably be a draw.
Guys,
Man, I'm having
starting out with CY this Sunday. Please watch the commercials. We're obligated to pay bills. We're ready, and we'll be right back to wrap up. We have our last 5 minutes.
Wow. Be an adventure. Get your kids. Thank you Promotions presents Standing Out with CY, the American Adventure. Featuring Mr. Patrick, Emeka Smith, MC Chaz, MC PC, Jedi, MC Solid, Foxy P, Edochale, Prof B, Igos, Grand Commander. Music by Isaac Gerald. Also featuring DJ Shivo. Date Sunday 1st September 2019. Venue The Gathering Place 6120. Day Long Lane, Clarkville MD 21029. Time 4 p.m. Table gets food and drinks. Gold table of $500. Table gets drinks only. Regular table $30. Tickets available at iBuyTix.com. Wave, AfroBeat Live Radio, Afro Swag, One Links, Omni Concept, iBuyTix, House of Unix, Teddy's Africa, Media Panache, African Mirror, Labby Films, Porter's Minds, The Plus Royal Hotel, Shonadex, Away Couture, and Messi Seats. Be ready. This September, there's going to be an adventure. Get your kids set as Thank You Promotions presents Standing Out with CY, the American Adventure. Featuring Mr. Patrick, Emeka Smith, MC Chaz, MC PC, Jedi, MC Solid, Foxy P, Edochale, Prof B, Igos, Grand Commander. Music by Isaac Gerald. Also featuring DJ Shivo. Date Sunday 1st September 2019. Venue The Gathering Place 6120. Day Long Lane, Clarkville MD 21029. Time Red Carpet 4 p.m. Show starts 5 p.m. Tickets Platinum Table of 10 $1,000. Table gets food and drinks. Gold Table of $500. Table gets drinks only. Regular table $30. Tickets available at iBuyTix.com. Standing Out with CY is supported by Wave, AfroBeat Live Radio, Afro.
Okay. No point. All right, welcome back again. We want to thank our sponsors. Standing Out with CY this Sunday. Loud Shawarma. Again, if you need shawarma, you have a party, you have a small party, or you just feel hungry and you're by yourself. Order like 10. they'll deliver. Call them. The numbers on the screen: 240-722-7484. If you want to sponsor this show, feel free to DM us, reach us, or call the studio number. Better yet, text the studio number. Somebody will respond back to you. The studio number is on your screen: 202-681-0389. That's a lot of numbers. Woo! Speaking of numbers and science, the VAR experiment.
It's a
I'm looking at Carl. I see that you guys haven't had an issue. Carl, what do you think?
So I love the idea of VAR.
Okay.
I think it's good for the game. What I hate is the Premier League's implementation of VAR. I think it's absolutely dreadful. They're not following the rules. They're not following the spirit of VAR. They're absolutely forming their own rules. For example, handball. Another example, against Bournemouth, the stamp on Silva, everybody who saw that knew it was a penalty. He went to VAR. VAR said no. Why?
I don't know.
Hurricanes foul in the box should have gone to VAR. Should have been a penalty. Clearly. Why? Martial got fouled by somebody else in the box of Crystal Palace. Wasn't it? Why? They say that they have this exceptionally high bar, which basically they're protecting the referees from being re-refereed again. That's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't like the millimeter thing that they're doing. Like when a guy is like, what they draw a line now from his shoulder down to
the torso.
That's too much. That's too much.
Like Kyle said, sorry.
You know that same issue, millimeter of the handball, came against Man United versus Wolves.
Yeah.
The Wolves player's hand was offside, but they gave the goal.
Exactly.
So they had changed the decision on
discretion.
Honestly, sorry, Binga. Like for example, we saw MLS was one of the first early adopters of VAR.
Right.
And when VAR first concept came out, I was one of the people that like, I don't really want it because I think it's going to delay the game. And I think MLS has done a great job with it, even though they are the slowest because they actually have the referee on the field go look at the screen like they do in NFL and make the final call. But the rules they put around VAR is excellent compared to EPL. I think the rule behind it is what I don't like, meaning that the call has to be obvious mistake for them to reverse it.
So I was going to play devil's advocate.
Yes.
Based on what Kyle said. Because I think you focus a lot on like, VAR rules. But I think VAR is really meant to assist with what the determined rules are for that league. What I see that I agree with all of you on is that there is some inconsistency already, glaringly. And I hate to say it, even that tug on Mosala's shot. But anyway, I'm just it's clear, but it's like how it's applied. And I think it's a case of, to use the slang, we're doing too much, with EPL already. And it's kind of like, you have to, get the refs, which we know have been very controversial in the past anyway. And this was my thing with VAR. We've all called for VAR in the past. Like, let's have VAR. But I always looked at it like, as controversial as EPL refs have been, when VAR comes, is it going to do more harm than good? Because these controversial referees are now going to just do at will and say, VAR supported it. That's my issue.
I think the problem is the consistency.
Right.
English referees are always good at that. When you put their name on the mark and say this and that. So I think there are lessons to be learned. So just like what you're saying, if you look at the MLS, what has gone well there, what lessons can be learned. Having said that, this is just the early season. So,
but how come MLS has gotten it, Champions League has gotten it right, World Cup gotten it right?
The reason why EPL have not gotten it right is because they basically want to protect the referees on the field, right? So it has to be a significant error in order for VAR to overturn the referee's decision.
That's where they get it.
So
wrong.
Europe. I just have like a couple of points. So just based on the City game and how VAR was used, my biggest issue with VAR is how they penalize attackers versus defenders.
Correct.
If a defender is if his arm is in a natural position in his own box and the ball hits his arm, that's not a foul.
Correct.
And it didn't use
the attacker is in the attacking box, it hits his arm, even if it's in a natural position, they call it back. If a goal goes in, because
they say that any goal that's caused by handball,
you're penalizing the attacker more.
No more handball goals.
But the rule in the Premier League, I don't know whether it's different in MLS. That it doesn't matter exactly what.
Actually,
if he hits any of the attacker
Yeah.
in the hand and it leads to a goal, does not matter.
That's
It's rolled out.
but that's the point I'm making.
That's what it says. MLS is not like that.
They are protecting the
So
attacker
I
more
thought
than
with Vieira, it should be the same thing that
No, because the Premier League have decided to implement their own rules separate
Yes.
from
Yes.
IFAB.
Correct.
Separate.
Case in
But
point,
do you think that it protects the attackers or defenders?
it protects the defenders because defenders
Exactly,
benefit
yeah.
more than the attackers.
Right.
And then there was
in
another.
the EPL, but in Europe, remember that Otamendi ball?
I
Remember PSG
it.
versus
Yes.
Man United? That
Yes.
ball hit his hand.
That's why I brought that up.
In Europe, it was a hit your hand, it's a foul, it's a penalty.
Correct.
So that's why FIFA need to get in play, because if you play in UEFA or Europa League,
Right.
It's
you have to
different.
follow what the law is.
I think-
And that's the most important.
I think EPL actually need to use the FIFA rule.
Right.
because
Correct.
They've done
I agree.
it right.
I agree.
Correct.
When they say if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Correct.
Why are you
Correct.
trying to go over and
I don't
It's
know.
the
Real
EPL.
quick on VR.
It's the EPL. That's just sums it up. It sums it up.
Good
It's the
one,
EPL.
Correct. For 2 points. One, they want to first of all limit the time wasting because of that screen at the side. They don't want referees to go there. And two, there must be overriding evidence to overturn a referee's decision.
Yes.
And they don't
Yeah.
want to do
Always
that.
been
They don't want
like
to re-referee the game again.
Yeah.
Which is the problem. When it's right, it's right. When it's wrong, it's wrong. Call it. It doesn't matter.
Because if you go back, even in that same game, they Lamella tackled Rodri to the ground in the
Right.
box.
Right. They didn't call it.
They didn't call anything.
They didn't call it.
I
Meanwhile,
was like, what are you doing?
Salah was just touched one little bit,
They
and then
tugged him and
Yes.
they called a penalty.
Thank you.
How do you
And that's
tackle
what I
that
said.
guy?
That's what-
Again, it goes back to that rule.
Consistency.
It's not obvious mistakes.
Is it consistent?
Well,
I mean, let me look at.
I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just saying.
But you know, when I say it's the EPL, you know, one thing that you got, I think we all know by now about the EPL is asking refs to go do kind of pseudo retraining, and it's them admitting that there was a problem to begin with.
Yeah.
And we all know there was a problem, but
Yeah.
refs were always protected.
Yeah.
Always with the
Yeah.
EPL.
Yeah.
I mean,
Even when it got worse and worse, and they were always protected. Going back now to the drawing board is admitting that folks, pundits, fans were right.
I mean, have you even noticed that only in the Premier League is the only league in the whole world where they don't show the VAR room?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sure don't.
But
So-
having
so
said
you don't know
all
what
that,
decisions we
I
make.
still like VAR.
I do.
and not
Oh, yeah, I do.
having it.
I
do.
Because I know they get better. It's just
I think
frustrating.
it's here to
better,
stay.
yeah.
It's here to stay. So to wrap up on VAR, Visaya says the handball against City was a handball. The ball changed direction. Oh, with a Nigerian accent.
Yeah,
You have
but-
to do this. Chief, sorry.
Yeah, we're
Chief,
not arguing that point.
No,
no,
he
Sorry.
said actually,
Nobody's
it's-
arguing that point. I mean, the
We're
ball,
arguing the consistency between the attacker and the
Consistency.
defender.
the ball
Yeah.
touched Lorenzo's arm, it was still a goal,
yeah.
right? I mean, last year in the
So
Champions
Chief
League.
Omero said if it was perfect, we won't have nothing to talk about. Hence why change it.
True.
Okay. It's all part of protecting, I think that's what they meant to say, the brand. Please, how can I get loud shawarma? Doyi. The number is on your screen, Doyi. Can you read? Let me give it to you, okay?
Wow.
240-722-7484. How about that? It's on your screen.
That's classic doing.
Any other questions? Then it says, I'm hungry. There's one left. Actually, there's two left. Nah. Yeah, City Fair. I'm just kidding. Alright, I mean, let's wrap up.
I think that sums up VAR.
Yeah, to wrap up real quick, we're about to get off. Chelsea Norwich. We're gonna have to talk about Chelsea.
Well, what did we learn from that game, really? What did we learn about Norwich and about Chelsea from that game? Well, what did we learn?
This is what I learned. Norwich is not as bad as I thought it would be. That guy, Pokey.
Yeah, Pookie.
Oh my God.
Isn't he tied for highest score right now?
Yeah, 5 goals in 2 games.
That dude
Pookie,
is-
where did he come from?
I
What's
know.
the name?
I know.
I've seen Drinkwater. I've seen different names, but Pookie?
But that's how Vardy was too.
Yeah.
Remember?
You know, Pookie has
you know
scored more
Pookie
goals
is-
than Aguero.
You know the funny thing
And-
is-
This year,
Yeah. He came out of nowhere,
Pookie is not fast. He can jump.
but he can score.
But his movement.
Yeah, I'm like,
His movement.
Yeah, his movement. His movement is the key, and
You
it's
see his
always
goal
the best
against
one.
Liverpool.
and he can finish.
First game.
Yeah.
But what about Mason Mount's goal? I mean, I have to confess that was a good goal.
Mason Mount is
that was good.
is probably one of the biggest prospects.
Is he a what is he? Is he a wing, a forward?
He plays
He
like number
plays like him as a 10.
10.
Behind the striker.
Behind the striker.
I like that guy.
Yeah, he presses hard.
Liverpool will
is
buy
nice.
him
Yeah.
when Chelsea goes to relegation.
That's how you can say you buy Kante for 10 years. You haven't bought Kante. Go sit down, my friend.
We'll probably buy Kante too.
The only thing I notice about Chelsea is because they play come out of the blocks with high intensity, their energy levels really drop after a while.
Yeah.
So they had to figure out how to figure.
boys-
That's how United got them.
The boys are not fit.
Now I have to say something, Ty. Like you Chelsea fans give me props on. I called your whole team, the winning team. I didn't even as much as he hates Chelsea. He was back up on that too. He called it too. Immediately, you guys switched and put veteran Giroud to start with, like because it was just looking too bad from the beginning. But when Giroud and Pulisic up front, and then with Pedro and N'Golo Kante, of course,
Yes, sir.
who should never be on the bench,
Yes,
supporting. Look at how that game, it was a total opposite
Yes, sir.
of that first game. And I called him like, why is N'Golo Kante not breaking up plays
I don't know.
right behind Pedro supporting and put Pulisic
They always
and
disrespect
I like
that man.
Tammy Abraham, but he just was not ready for
They
that
always
kind of
disrespect
pressure.
Kante. I wish Kante would leave that
I
club.
don't know. I don't think it was
My God.
disrespecting. I think the fact that he wasn't 100%
It's
fit.
aging now.
I beg.
No, that wasn't
Always
100%
disrespect
fit.
Kante.
Well, I can take
I
that,
mean,
but
look at it. He's been
still.
injured 3 times already this year. And that's not
Yeah.
Kante. Kante is like the most durable.
It was a reliable.
Yeah, so he's having a lot of nagging muscle issues.
But that,
What
now
about-
moving forward,
What about Jorginho?
I
Has he
don't
improved?
know.
What about Jorginho?
Jorginho is just, he
Jorginho
just
is
passes
actually
lateral
better.
passes. He pass here and,
But
they
it's
say he
not
has
better
the most
because
passes in the league.
we don't have to
It's
filter
nonsense.
everything through Jorginho now. Jorginho before was like a straw, like a
Jorginho should be on the
strange
bench.
container, what they call that thing that everything has to go through.
He should
He
be on
just
the bench.
he felt like he was
Mike
so,
likes that
he
guy
was
too
too
much.
pressured
Yeah.
last season
Now
when they were
he's
trying to
playing
use him as a
having fun.
playmaker. He's just not.
He's not. He's not. He's
that's
not what he
why
was
he
at
was
Napoli.
right.
At Napoli, he was great. But in the EPL, he sucks.
EPL humbled him.
And I think when Chicks come back, I don't know, because he's not going to bench. I don't see him benching Mason Mount as a 10. Now, where do you play Loftus Cheek? Where do you play Odoi? And I don't think Pulisic has played that.
Man, Odoi
He
and
actually been
Mount.
unfortunate.
Odoi,
that's
I
gonna-
know.
That's going to be different.
Odoi replace Pedro now, right?
Yeah.
Chelsea actually.
Pedro's actually playing well.
Yeah, he has been. Probably one of the best on the team so far.
Thank you. Before the injury.
And he's been the leader. He's the one calling
He's the
shots
one-
and stuff.
yeah. I don't like that.
But to be honest, Chelsea actually has, when your players come back, I mean, except there's just something going on in the
Yeah.
club, there's no reason for Chelsea not to bounce back hard.
I know.
When these
I mean, I tease them all the time, but I think with Odoi, Mount, I think Tammy Abraham will get better.
Yeah. Mason Mount should not be benched. If you need that boy to get better,
That's what I'm saying.
give him games.
So where do
He
you
proved
see-
himself right
Where
away.
do you see Chelsea at the end of the season?
Oh, 10th.
Top 4.
10th or
Top
9th.
4. I mean, we're not going to win the league, but
I think you don't make. I think you don't make
Champions
Europa.
League?
Champions League, we're going to come out of the group. I think we'll be out in the quarterfinals.
No, I think you're out in the
Getting
group
to
stage.
Oh, yeah, top 4 for sure.
I jokes apart.
Top 4?
Chelsea cannot make
No
top
way.
4. No way.
So
Yeah,
who will
ninth.
knock out then?
They won't be in Europa. The only way they'll make
That's my top
Europa
four
is if they win
prediction.
it.
Wolves.
My top 4
When they
prediction.
drop in.
Okay, top 4, yeah?
Top 4 prediction. I said this last week at Suya Spot. I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago at Suya Spot. I picked Liverpool first, and my reason is still stupid, which is I still think it's almost impossible for Pep to repeat 3 times.
Okay.
Right?
I've done
And
it
I
before.
put
History.
City to repeat. So
We're going
I
for
go with
history.
Liverpool, which I did last year, and I lost for the first time in 4 years.
You're gonna lose again.
And I picked City second because they just too good, right? For third, I actually put Chelsea. And fourth,
Funny man, you're funny.
I picked Tottenham.
You're delusional.
Funny
Because
man.
Arsenal,
Hey, funny
You're
man.
delusional.
they don't have winger that will put them in top 4 anymore.
Spurs is
That's what they
third.
used to play for.
You're
And Man
delusional.
U
Spurs is third. Arsenal comes.
You know,
comes next.
are they this weekend?
But let me just tell Ty something real quick. Ty, this is what's going to happen with your team. Your team is not going to come out the group stage of Champions League. I'm going to get a lot of hate. After that, they go into Europa. If they win Europa that way, they qualify for Europa because they
How
will
they
be
gonna
10th
win Europa?
in the league.
How?
I don't know. I'm saying if. That's
Okay,
the way
look,
they qualify.
how?
So who are
I'm
the
so
top
glad
four?
that we are recording.
Who are your top
Who's
four
your top
then?
4?
My top. I just told you. It's going to be either Liverpool, City,
No,
or
no, one.
You gotta think.
City,
Uh-huh.
Liverpool, Spurs, Arsenal.
Yeah, that's
Okay, that's it. That's 4. You don't,
Oh, top 4. I was going to pick the rest for you.
No, sorry, you can't have Solid, your top 4.
I like to say Arsenal, but let's be realistic. I think City might actually have the three-peat, to be honest.
Amen.
Liverpool chokes.
So,
I love Liverpool.
So
They choke.
City, Liverpool,
City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and I think Manchester United might actually not. They might surprise everyone. I don't think Spurs. I think Spurs gets to. It's
You just
between
don't like
Spurs and
Spurs,
Man
though.
U.
You just
What's
don't like
your
I don't
top four?
like Spurs.
Mark today down, yeah? It's going to be City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham.
I'm not.
We don't have to mark it now. I know today's days.
That might be more
We always
realistic.
go back and back and check. Kyle, you want to repeat your top 4 picks?
No, City, Tottenham, Liverpool, and
So disrespectful.
my fourth, I said, was United.
So disrespectful.
No,
Alright.
but Tottenham cool, yeah.
But this weekend's game between Arsenal and Tottenham, whoever wins that game finishes above one or the other.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I think you guys are
Because
pretty
if Arsenal
much-
win that game, right? I mean, Tottenham have lost 2 games already, and I think the next game is against somebody who's more even.
All I know is Chelsea is not in top 4.
Right,
So
right.
I'm okay with
There's
that.
just no way.
So,
Ty knows the
listen,
sentiment.
speaking of smoking something,
Oh, jeez.
I want to read a
think
top
that Davis
4
is on
comment from
drugs.
somebody that's really smoking something. I don't know if
Yeah.
they're smoking Nemo food.
It
or
makes
whatever
no
it is.
sense what he just picked.
Somebody put online that says United first, Liverpool second, City third, and Spurs.
Wow.
Is that Yinka David?
Of course. Well,
Who else can be
The
smoking that?
nerve of you, Yinka.
Oh, drink something.
You put Tottenham over Arsenal? Really?
I don't think even.
Noise levels.
I don't think Ole's going to be there after Christmas. Talking about United,
Really? You think they're going to fire Oli?
the guy won't win Jack, man. It's gone. It's gone.
I don't think they'll fire him.
I don't think they'll fire him. I think
they
he
have
sees the
money
season.
to replace it.
Like, if that guy drops like 8 or 9, they're not doing well.
yeah, they will fire him.
You're fine.
Who are you going to replace him with?
They'll
Who's
find
available?
somebody. They'll put the assistant manager. You know how they always do.
They will find somebody
The
else.
assistant manager,
It's like
they
you,
find
they will
someone.
fire him.
Shayi Brown, what's up, bro? I think you're an Arsenal fan, aren't you? Yeah.
You joined on late.
Normally we scramble for Arsenal fans to come to the show, but today is like
We had
Arsenal
2 of
everywhere.
them.
And it's been one of our, it's been one of our best shows.
What's going on? Speaking of clowns,
Okay.
the game that I enjoyed this past weekend, this is my last clowning for you.
United and
Crystal
Palace.
Palace. That game was so sweet. You remember when Sir Alex was there and you're looking for that last minute goal? And then they got it. And they cough it up. Do you know how sweet that was?
You're just a hater.
You can't count Man U out.
So-
Crystal Palace has something to prove.
No,
They
but-
really came.
Bingo,
They came
bingo,
all out of
bingo,
that game.
Have they won any game before that game?
Bingo. If I may, I'll give it to you on this one. What is United's philosophy to play? What do they play? Counter-attacking football, right?
Yeah.
Of the top 6, they are the worst. Have the worst philosophy. Because Tottenham can play aggressive and possession football. City can do that. Liverpool can do that. Even Arsenal and Chelsea play that kind of way. What do United do? Counter-attack. Against who? What's Ole's philosophy as a coach? What is his blueprint? We know what Frank does. We know what Unai Emery does.
You make a point there, though.
What
When you think
is-
back at it,
what?
I'm not sure I can pinpoint was so. I can't really pinpoint what
Pogba,
he's.
McTominay, Lingard.
Yes.
How many of those 3 players can get into the 3 or 4 top
And
teams?
let's talk about this, right?
And now
Martial-
Sanchez is gone. Lukaku has gone. Now they have Rashford and Martial, who doesn't know what they. What,
And he's injured, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not a play. It's
That's a no.
slightly injured.
Yeah.
You know, I have him on my fantasy team because he's playing top 9. But if Martial gets injured, who plays that 9?
That's a tough one.
Greenwood.
Greenwood, yeah, that's all they
I
have.
mean, or you can push Rashford up. Then who plays Rashford's spot?
I think what surprised me the
Remember the
most.
sport competition they're playing in.
What surprised me about Manchester United is this particular window that just closed, the summer signings.
Yeah.
What were they? Again, when you talk about philosophy, what were they thinking? Like, what was the plan?
I'm not
Because I just don't see how they saw that team and looked at that team and said, we're going to wait till last minute and then Lukaku's going to up and leave and we're not going to have anybody. There was no plan B. I still think Man U has a great chance. People give Pogba too much, hate.
Yeah,
but
too much.
way too much. But
Most of it comes from Mike.
but this is the thing. They didn't look at any plan B. We knew Lukaku wasn't happy.
So,
we knew he wasn't performing. Alexis was never going to do anything.
Sorry,
So
Kyle. Here's what I would give Man U credit for what they did this summer, right? They actually went out and did a good job solidifying that defense, which was the biggest problem.
Maguire?
With Maguire
I
and
don't agree with
Wan-Bissaka.
you. I don't agree.
Okay, I'm not even going to touch
I don't
Maguire
agree with
then.
you.
Anyway.
No, I like the Maguire deal because think about it. Jones, Smalling.
Okay.
Who's their center back?
Okay, context.
Maguire is better than those guys.
Okay, I agree with you.
Right?
And
And
I agree.
Bissaka-
Not for that price.
Hold up.
I agree.
Forget the price. Guys, don't worry about the price. That's the price.
Okay, so let's just
That's
say
the good price.
improvement.
Goalkeepers are going
It's an
for 70,
improvement.
80
It is an
million.
improvement.
Yeah. So it's the best deal they could have. They have no
Yeah,
choice.
I
And
agree.
they did it.
You know what deal I think was better than that?
Wan-Bissaka deal was
Wan-Bissaka.
an excellent deal.
Wan-Bissaka is
Wan-Bissaka-
excellent.
Excellent.
I
Now,
like Wan-Bissaka.
you
Yes.
solidify your defense, right? And then you
At the
got rid
expense
of
of
Lukaku.
your, at the expense
Yeah.
of your.
You got rid of Sanchez. What do you think?
And what has Man U always been known for? Their fans. If you don't play that attacking football, like
Because
they will revolt.
because what Solskjaer wants to do is play counter-attacking football with pace. The problem is when you have a team you're playing against that keeps the ball, you can't have the ball. What happens? You'll fall back into your back third.
Yep.
And then you struggle. And I can guarantee you, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham will play against them that way, and they won't see the ball. That's the problem. And then the Solskjaer that was at Swansea and at Mulder will be exposed.
Yeah.
So,
Now, totally unrelated. I just wanted to throw something out there. I saw because we mentioned Maguire. As far as defense, the one player that has surprised me this season came out of nowhere. It's Tyrone Mings.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Aston Villa.
Shout out to
Yo.
Lindsay.
He's been called
for England.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got his first call.
Yeah.
That boy is on a different level. He plays like he's on steroids, and he's magnificent as a CD. I mean, I was so surprised. I wish we got him.
Yeah, to wrap up, you want to go through this
Yeah, I just wanna read the comments.
This weekend's games as well, and let's predict.
do we have time for that?
Yeah, a few minutes.
All right, let me read this couple comments real quick. Let me know here. It says, did Ashley Young also have money?
He went to the village.
Jacob Davis says, why are you worried about United? Go win Champions League first. Carl.
You did. You're right. You did beat Chelsea for nothing.
And it says, you guys a great guy, sorry to yarn too much. Did Chelsea beat for nothing? What?
Yeah, they beat you 4-0. You forgot?
Oh, then we beat Chelsea for nothing already.
Yeah.
That's first week. Who's talking
I
about
think
first week?
it still counts.
You know.
Yeah.
And Paje says John Terry coaches Mins. Again, before we wrap up with next week's game, I want to thank all our sponsors, Loud Shawarma, CY Show. Don't forget to buy your ticket for Sunday. So before we wrap up, real quick, predictions this week's game.
Yeah, so just quickly going through the weekend's Premier League games. First game on Saturday is Southampton versus United. Southampton at home, United away. What scores?
2-1.
To who?
To who?
I think Southampton wins.
Damn!
Against who?
Manchester United.
Come on, man. Stop it. United wins.
2-1.
I think it's going to be a
2-0.
I think it's
2-2 draw.
I like that. 2-2 draw.
I think it's going to be 2-2 draw.
Y'all being
2-2 draw.
disrespectful.
All right.
Yeah.
7 o'clock. Chelsea home to Sheffield United.
Maybe 1-1.
It should be at least a 2 or 3-1 Chelsea. Should be.
Chelsea wins at 3-0.
I'll go for 2-0.
3-1 because we haven't faced a difference yet. We'll give up one goal. Crystal Palace are home to Villa.
Villa wins this one, I think.
I go with Villa too.
That's going to be
Nah,
the
Crystal
most
Palace.
exciting game, I think.
Crystal Palace is playing at home?
Yeah.
Oh, they win.
But they're better at home, are they? They're not good at home.
They'll win. They'll win this game.
Crystal Palace, Villa.
Sorry, Lindsay.
2-1 Crystal Palace.
Okay. Another exciting game. Leicester City at home to Bournemouth.
Oh,
That's a good game.
yeah. I don't know.
That's a good game.
But Leicester's at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Leicester at home.
That's a good game.
I have a lot of faith in Leicester.
I go with Leicester. 3-1.
Yeah.
No, not that margin. Maybe 2-1. I
Maybe
think.
2-1. Yeah. Maybe 2-1.
Exciting game, but I've been sarcastic. City at home to Brighton.
To who?
We're playing at home?
Brighton.
We don't even need to pick that one.
Brighton is in the league.
At least I was being sarcastic. What is that?
No, but to be fair, Brighton.
Oh, Carl, stop it. Stop it.
Don't be fair.
Don't be humble.
Thank
Stop
you,
it.
guys.
Stop
Tell them to stop being fair.
Brighton have a new manager now.
I don't care.
my
They
God.
can have Lampard and Ancelotti.
It would be a great welcome for them.
If you don't win,
In my finance league, I'm captain Sterling just for that.
we need minimum of 3
4-1.
goals. Minimum of 3 goals.
I even say 4-0.
Minimum of 3
I
goals.
think 4-1.
I don't see how they gonna get one.
It
This
happens.
is a mistake always happens.
Yeah.
I think 3-0.
Who's they gonna win? Brighton?
No, City.
What happened? You switched it.
I don't know what I did anymore.
Next is Newcastle Watford. Watford's bottom of the league. They're not doing well at all. They've lost.
Carl, who's next?
What Newcastle Watford?
I give it to Newcastle on that one.
Yeah, Newcastle's at home.
No, I think Watford will come back.
Nah, it's 2-0 Newcastle.
Watford
Yeah, I mean Watford look horrid right now. They look ugly.
good squad.
So Troy Deeney and Welbeck starts leading their line.
Deeney's injured.
Yeah, till he comes back and start
Okay.
leading their line with Welbeck, they're not gonna win.
Yeah. Okay, next is West Ham United versus Norwich. West Ham at home. This is going to be a good game, man.
Norwich. I'm going for Pookie.
West Ham should win this.
Pookie's coming, man.
I'm giving it to Norwich.
I'm with Pookie,
believe it or
man.
not.
I like Norwich.
Yes, I'm
with
giving it to
Pookie.
Norwich.
I'm giving Norwich.
I think
like
it's gonna
Watford
be.
too
I think this will be a draw.
I think West Ham will edge Norwich. Yeah.
They should.
The 12:30 game.
Burnley at home to Liverpool. This one, I'm going for a draw.
That's a tough one.
That one get us a deal.
I'm going
But
for a draw.
Liverpool win.
I'm going for
Liverpool
a draw.
and who? And
Burnley.
Burnley? You're going for a draw?
Liverpool win.
I think you hate Liverpool as much as Mike hates Pogba.
I'm waiting for draw as well.
Oh, you going for a draw?
Yeah, I'm going for a
Burnley and Liverpool.
Burnley at home.
It's an early game. 2, Burnley at home. They're
Burnley at
doing
home.
well now. So this is the best time to play Liverpool.
Only way Burnley has a chance is if they decide to park the bus.
What do you go for?
Which is what they'll do.
Draw. Wow.
If they do that, because they did
I
it
got
against us.
Liverpool.
If they do that, then it might turn out to be.
I think Sean Dyche
There's
has
two
some.
really good games on Sunday. The first game, 9 a.m. Everton at home to Wolves.
Oh yeah, I like Wolves. That's my
I
team.
like Wolves, but
I like
Everton
Wolves
is
for it.
very bad.
The only
I
problem with Wolves away now is because they just finished the Europa League today. They qualified today 2-1, but that may actually get them rhythm.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Wolves, man.
If
I'm
Everton
going-
does not start Moise Keane, and he will be, they lose. Simple as that.
I'm going.
Biggest
I'm going for a
mistake
draw.
they
I'm waiting
did.
for draw.
Okay.
If they start Moise Keane and it will be, they might edge them.
To
They
wrap
might.
up this weekend's game, the biggest game. Arsenal are home to Tottenham.
3-1.
We have to edge our noisy neighbors, so it's going to be
3-1.
2-1
3-1. Arsenal, of
Arsenal.
course.
to Arsenal.
Just making sure.
3-1.
Car.
I said Tottenham's going to win.
That's what I said too. I think.
I think-
Nika, you made the
Tottenham, I already picked them. I love Arsenal. Hey wife,
You
But,
can't like Arsenal and like Tottenham. You have to
Married to
like both.
Arsenal.
I'm married to Arsenal.
He's married
So
to
you can't like both. It's not
Well, I don't
possible.
like them, but I'm
But-
saying sorry.
but I'm hoping for a draw.
Yeah.
I don't even care if it's a draw, but I think Tottenham will win. They have something to prove after this weekend.
Okay,
So,
that's what they did
ladies and
last time.
gentlemen, guys, everybody in the studio, thank you very, very
Your boy,
much.
big game, big game.
Yeah, Napoli, Juventus. It's been a great show. We're way over the time, but thank you
Yeah.
guys for joining in. Everybody
you
that
so
loved
much.
it. Thank you so much.
This
Don't
was a lot of
forget,
fun.
Thank you to Loud Chihuahua. Thank you to CY for sponsoring the episode. See you guys on Sunday. Be there or be square. Any before we wrap up, any quick comments?
Oh, this is a great show, man. It was just exciting.
Yeah.
I loved being here. Great,
Thank you for coming. We
stuff.
appreciate you, Yika Judge.
I loved it here. Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it. Oh, I'm sorry.
All the way from UK. How you liking your American
Thanks
experience?
for inviting me. It's a great experience. It's something I will share with my friends and colleagues back home. Really appreciate it, and I'm so impressed with your knowledge of EPL. Really
Thank you.
impressed.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You have the last word.
We'll be back after the international break, right after match day 1 of the Champions League. So join us once more, and we'll have a pop quiz. Whoever wins that pop quiz will get a special gift. We always keep our word. So join us for ABL Fan Zone. Checking out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. See you guys soon.
Very good.
And the mic's off.